Welcome everyone to round number 10 of GSR Tier 3, Season 3. Mercedes 1-2 right now, as you see F1 boy go to the top. So, we have seen a decent amount so far of things go on. This season's almost coming to an end. There's 2 races left, but today we can crown a champion. That champion won't be here if it's Nosman. If he clinches the championship today, he won't even be here, and F1 boy goes out. Oh, man. So, who are the people in contention to get that championship? Well, Nosman, Florian Foley, Evil Matrix, GSR Raptor, and I believe Giolo Celso as well is in contention. The closest to Nosman, which is the McLaren teammate of him, is Evil Matrix. Nosman is leading the championship by 44 points. Evil Matrix is in second in his McLaren team, both them in McLaren, and they are also really close to the championship. The thing is, between those two, 44 points sit, but the gap heading into Bahrain needs to be 26 points. Evil Matrix needs to have second, or better, to keep the championship alive. The rest of them, Raptor, Giolo Celso, as well as Florian Foley, also need to win this race. They need to win this race. Not just finish second, they need to win. That's how it is. That's how things go. Oh, Florian Foley hitting the pit wall there through the pit lane. JB Smooth gets to start a lap. Some people on out laps as well. Yeah, we could see a champion crown today, and that's the way it could be with Tier 3 point standings. Thrasher's behind Florian Foley, Giolo Celso, Raptor, Matrix. He's out of contention, but the thing is, he still has a chance to pass second in the standings. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a moment. And then you also have Knight. Yeah, Thrasher's pretty far behind. Thrasher's pretty much out of it, but Florian Foley. Yeah, I think he's out of it as well. He's probably, if he needs to basically win the race with fastest lap, have some sort of miracle go his way. I'll be taking a slate breaker before the formation lap and before everything else, as we do see Thrasher and some drivers on laps. There's a McLaren Evil Matrix on his out lap right now, coming to the checkered flag almost to start his lap. There's a Ferrari. There's a Renault as well. Raptor being one of them. The next across the line is Bugatti in the Renault. He is rather going to start his lap or going to finish it. He's got 5 laps on those soft tires. Cutting the track a little bit, but coming to the line, he does stay where he is at. The next across the line, there's a Red Bull. Crashed. That is GSR Thrasher off the racetrack. Tommy coming to the line now. Second down. Mr. Ignorant of Bones has left the session. Davis 2K7 also coming to the line as well. A 10th up. Did he improve in that last sector? Tommy to the line, doesn't improve. Davis does improve and stays P3. Behind that, the Alfa Romeo. Dizzle. Not going to get a chance. But the racing point of Lewis is 3/10 up. Can he steal the front row away from F1 boys? No, he can't. Apologize for streaming down to quality. I had some things going on. Had some things to do. So, obviously, a little bit my fault. But here comes and K to the line. Where does he go? He goes P5. He will stay in that position. But Thrasher going off the racetrack. There's also Evil Matrix coming to the line. And if he wants to keep the championship his hopes alive, he needs to finish second or better. But the thing is, if he finishes second today, it's 26 points. He needs to then, therefore, score the fastest lap with the race win the next week of Bahrain. But the thing is, with all that, as Tommy comes to the line, does improve, but not enough. The thing with Evil Matrix then means he can tie this championship with a win and fastest lap the next week at Bahrain. But the problem is, that ties the championship. It goes off wins. They'd be tied off of wins. So, therefore, This then means that Evil Matrix needs to have more podiums than him. So I'm gonna check the podiums to see if the championship gets tied, which it probably won't be. I'm gonna figure out who has more podiums, Nosman or Matrix. Well, I'm not gonna really go down the qualifying order too much, right? Yeah, I believe Nosman has more podiums. So yeah, Evil Matrix needs to do more than just second, no fastest lap, and then first. He needs to get fastest lap in both of them. Yeah, just like that happened Thrasher. But Jones, F1 Boy, Davis, Lewis, MNK, Thrasher, Raptor, Tommy, Bones, Matrix are top 10. The championship contenders, Matrix 10th, Raptor 7th, Florian Foley 13th. That's all the championship contenders there are. Yeah, hell a lot of pressure Matrix says. So, yeah, it could be one of the McLaren drivers winning their first championship, but it'll be rather Nosman or Matrix. I'm going to take a quick break here because I need to go do something quickly. But we'll find out what happens, and the formation lap is next. So I'm going to be back. Okay, so the formation lap is underway. Let's go over the ones to watch in this race. F1 Boy, Tier 3 was in Tier 2 before, dropped to Tier 3. And the thing with him is it's a Mercedes 1-2, front row lockout for those two, Jones and F1 Boy. F1 Boy, he could easily do a lot. He got a podium from 19th last week. And, yeah, he moved down to Tier 3. Jones starting from pole. Could be interesting for him. I was contending for his win, I'm pretty sure, last week, or at least close to it. Or was gonna probably get a chance to do so, but he couldn't. Dave's 2K7, one of my other favorites for this race. Good pace. Can he get a podium in his second or third GSR race? I think it is. And Lewis here 4th. Decent pace compared to the rest of the field. Almost won earlier this season in Austria. Had the chance to. We've seen 8 different winners out of 9 races so far in Tier 3. We could see 9 out of 10. 90% win rate of different winners. Thrasher here, P6. Again, trying to do all he can. Trying to close in second in the championship. It could happen. Raptor, he's in championship contention as well. Bones is good at this racetrack. I've seen him do very well, but I don't think he's in the session. Oh boy. Evil Matrix, 10th. He is currently 2nd in the championship, the closest to Nosman. He can change things today. 2nd with fastest lap gets him to stay in contention, 25 points. Means he just has to win the race and get fastest lap next week. Seems like a little bit, but really is a lot for him considering the competition in this field. Five red lights here in Brazil. The championship can be decided today. Here we are about to go, and it's a drive-through for Hydros jumping the start already. But side by side between F1 Boy and Amajog Jones. And now they go side by side. It is F1 Boy not ahead, but they're side by side through turn 2 as well. It is Jones ahead with the switchback and Davis around the outside. They're 3 wide, they're crashing in the back. There's a safety car. Matrix involved. Championship contender. There's big crashes. Thrasher as well. Baller got a piece of that, I think. He gained some positions, and Lewis is out of the race. Bugatti, throwing damage for him. Big crash at the back. The highest championship contenders, Raptor. Raptor needs to win. And yeah, there you go, Matrix talking chat about what happened right there. Sideswept right there. Yeah, I didn't really get to see it from the point of view I had, but Matrix down in 14th, and he's the closest one. You know, I believe, if I'm correct, McLaren are able to get the Constructors' Championship this weekend as well. All McLaren have to do is... Okay, so there's one Haas driver here, and that could be 25 points. That basically means McLaren's clinching the Constructors' Championship, so... McLaren are the Constructors' winners of the season, though, with the way this sounds right now, no matter what happens. McLaren is the Constructors' Championship, and yeah, you already have a lot of people pitting, but some of the people stay out. Staying out is not smart. Why'd you stay out? You could have gone mediums. I mean, I've been screwed over by this in a league race before. I know the way it goes here. I ruined my whole race. You don't do that. Sig almost runs in the back of Hydro, spins out. Oh, Sig. Yep, so championship stuff could change a lot. We don't know what could happen. We will find out. Positions gained. Sig up 8 places along with Hydro. 10 for JB Smooth, 10 for Baller. Tommy, 5-second penalty for Davis. Contact with him. Yeah, so McLaren clinched the Constructors' Championship. Congratulations to them winning the Constructors' Championship. Considering Haas have only one driver here today, it's not going to be enough for Haas to gain on them for sure. Unless McLaren gets disqualified from the Constructors' Championship like we saw in 2007. But that's the only way that Haas can win it. And running in the back of him again, Tommy does. The game might award a penalty from that point. Safety car should be coming in next. No, it's this lap. So everyone who's pitted has to catch up a ton. Oh boy. Oh boy. Backing up the pack, Jones is going to have to do. He's sitting there in 4th gear, but he's going. He's already going. He has to wait till the safety car comes in. It's going to back him off. This is not smart. It's not going to make him go full throttle. F1 boy's going to have a good jump on him. Here they come to the line. F1 boy trying to gain on him. Not enough. Into turn 1. JJ Pants going side by side with Tommy. Into turn 1. Davis gets hit in the back. Jones goes wide and uses the runoff road. Cuts the corner, and now F1 boy taking the race lead. For the first time in GSR, it is F1 boy. Yellow flags. Baller. After M and K going side by side. The turn 4 Raptor. Hit in the back of him. It's getting more sunnier in here in Brazil. We can see a champion crown today. Keep that in mind. We could also see a champion crown in Tier 1 as well today. Zig! Hitting Matrix, or Hydro. Cutting the turn. Taking some wing damage. And it is close between that race lead, all really within 1.3 seconds. But Zig taking some wing damage here in his Toro Rosso. Doesn't look good for the championship contenders. Even Matrix one of them, Raptor one of them, and along with Florian Foley. Giolis also was a championship contender, but he did not show up to today's race. Now Tommy gets passed by Zig Starburst. Change of position right there. But between the race lead, Jones and F1 boy again. F1 boy taking the fastest lap, but down the inside, Jones goes side by side. Hydro's out. In the front straightaway, side by side. There's a safety car again. It's 2 safety cars, and Jones barely has that race lead. So, for the guys who've yet to pit, I'd pit now, honestly. You're gonna fresh your tires, but still, I mean, you're gonna have to pit at this point. This is gonna help out some of the championship contenders, such as Foley, who's already pitted. Viewers, 14 people waiting to see if that Constructors' Championship, was going to be clinched. It is clinched by McLaren. McLaren will get the Constructors' Championship today, considering Haas only have really one driver here today. McLaren having 2. That's going to be the key factor in all that championship gossip drama. Then you have Nossman, who's not here today, who wasn't able to show up to us in GSR races. Expect me to get an interview with him later tonight. About his championship. He is usually available late at night, gets off of work pretty late, so I will be able to talk to Nossman later on tonight. If you guys want to catch that interview, I could definitely post it, or anything like that, record it. If GSR Bianchi and Axe are watching, I could definitely get a hold of Nossman. I know when he gets off of work. So, pitting is some of the race leaders. Yeah, the thing is, I could interview an awesome man. I could get an awesome man an interview. He's not available during the tier 3 race next week, obviously, or 2 weeks from now, obviously. So, yeah. But this puts Florian Fully back into contention for a podium. But the thing is, Florian Fully needs to win this race with fastest lap, or else he's out of the championship. He's out if that's the way it goes. I love championship gossip drama because this is the way it goes. Disqualified? Is that right? No, it's just him passing safety car. It's not actually going to disqualify him. It does that. It's done so many times. But, yeah, Axe, I see you in chat. Yankee, I think he's probably in chat. And yeah, Matrix has a DRS problem. Yeah, that probably could be fixed pretty soon here, before the restart, I'm gonna guess. Depending on when that safety car does come in. But yeah, championship can be clinched today. And yeah, if anyone, wants me to stream late at night though, and I'm serious, late at night, like 4 a.m. UK for the Britons, and 11 p.m. Eastern for us, 8 his time, Nosman's time, safety car in this lap. Yeah, I can definitely interview him then about his championship. If that's the way it goes, Baller's been spun out along with Davis, who's been in a collision. Oh boy, and Bugatti's having to lay back, but they're trying to go. F1 Boy to the outside, he's getting put in the grass almost. And now to the restart, here we go for the green flag. Now he chooses to go. JB Smooth and Florian Fully trade point there, but they're side by side into turn 1. Side by side again, JB Smooth braking late. Gets ahead. Thrasher side by side with Raptor. Oh, Thrasher hitting Raptor. Man. And Matrix went into the grass. Sideways for Matrix. Side by side with Bugatti, making contact with him. CJ Pants forcing Bugatti off the racetrack. A little bit of contact between them. Close here for B5 between Florian Fully and MNK. So, for the championship battle, Matrix needs to finish second with the fastest lap or win the race. Doesn't look like it right now. He's sitting P8. Battling with CJ Pants. Lagging as well. And, oh, that Renault diving down the inside of CJ Pants. Yellow flag again. Who is that for? Don't know. Thrasher down the inside of Raptor, side by side. Thrasher gets by through turn 12. How about that? That was a good one. Tommy down the order as well, down to 12. But a battle again between Thrasher and Raptor. DRS should be able to pretty soon. But Jones taking the fastest lap, Florian Fully pitting though. Now championship hopes for him. He needs to win the race with fastest lap, but he speeds. Oh, his championship hopes are over. And I thought with Florian Fully and Gio Celso dropped down to tier 3 this season after being in tier 2, I originally thought, oh my god, their championship hopes, they're gonna win the championship. But no, that's not the way it goes. Matrix getting pinched by Bugatti, saving the race car. Davis right over the back of CJ Pants, battling him as well. It's being the battle for P8, P9, P10, and also P7. Back there, Tommy's also involved in this battle. Look at the train here. Oh my god. Davis running in the back of him. Look at the little train and not Matrix down the inside of the Renault Bugatti. And down the inside, forcing him off the racetrack. And it is the Renault gets by, but they're going inside of each other for the time being. And Matrix ahead. Oh, Tommy clips Davis, spins out. And there goes Baller and Sig picking up damage. Davis involved as well. And JB Smooth gets passed by his Ferrari teammate. JB Smooth supposed to be in the Williams, but a little glitch. And side by side to turn 3. Oh, Thrasher picked up a little bit of that front wing there. Destroying it with the side of his race car. Now Thrasher contending for a podium. He wants to pass some of the championship contenders. JB Smooth does stay ahead, exceeding some of the track limits. Raptor close as well. Raptor, he needs to do a lot to stay in championship contention. Raptor hits Thrasher. Raptor needs to win or he's out of the championship. He needs to win. Doesn't matter what fastest lap, he needs to just win. And he can do that. But F1 Boy, Jones, they're all to a 6-second lead right now, so it looks very likely that it, will stay the way it is between them. Unless we see another safety car, which is very unlikely. But JB Smooth really holding up Thrasher, lagging as well. Thrasher hits the back of him, keeps it going, side by side for P3 again, side by side again, through the tight barrier right there that there is, and Bugatti's out. And F1 Boy does pit, but I think this is the battle for the race win, actually. Hold up, because Jones is yet to pit, along with F1 Boy who just pitted. So, this might be the battle for the race win then. Raptor could take this, oh my god. Well, we could see 9 different winners in 10 different races. Thrasher could be the other one. Where did MNK's right there? Matrix is close. F1 Boy came out down in 10th. There's not going to be another safety car because we reached the limit. Now, Jones better pull away, or else he's not going to... Yeah, Thrasher might win this. I don't like to mention these things, but I'm sure some people who follow Thrasher on Instagram or know about Thrasher a little bit more than other people know about the story from last week. Thrasher had a family member who passed away, someone who's really close to him, of course. That's the thing. When you have that happen, I know the feeling, especially from earlier this week, when you have that happen, you need to go race your heart out. You need to go do what's right. Thrasher's doing what's right, and he played the strategy right with that last safety car. There was pitting then, and other people didn't pit, just such as Jones. And now Thrasher takes the race lead, and JB Smooth is right behind as well, battling MNK and Raptor. Raptor needs to win this race, but Thrasher... The fact is, Thrasher is 61 points, but the thing is, Thrasher's way too far behind. He's out of championship contention. And Florian Foley, yeah, he's so close as well in the championship, but out of championship contention, and there's a 3-second lead. Jones needs to have the race of his life at this point to gain up to these guys. He needs to hope everyone crashes, because he's back in 8th. You know, and... Ooh, Matrix sideways there. Raptor hitting the back of MNK. MNK might have some damage, but 3.6 seconds is the gap. It won't let me change camera angles with it staying. But Raptor does get ahead, does have wing damage, but Raptor, I think, you know, if he gets onto the podium today and had a Matrix, he should be able to keep P2 in the standings. But I think as well, if Thrasher does win this, it could be the way it is. We thought back earlier this season at Russia, Thrasher had this race won. What happened to him? He binned it. So anything is undecided until that last turn, last lap. Proven at this racetrack before, from what we saw with Hamilton in real life. JB Smooth gets past by Matrix. Matrix up to P2. Matrix needs to catch Thrasher now in order to win the championship. Matrix has to, and I mean has to, win this race or get second or fastest lap. If he finishes second right now and stays right where he's at, he needs to take the fastest lap. Matrix doesn't have that. Now, Raptor by JB Smooth. Zig Starburst actually taking that fastest lap right there. Trade right there. MNK about to take advantage of JB Smooth, who goes wide. Oh, a little bit of lag from JB Smooth right there. Ferrari tactics, I guess you could say. 10 seconds separate Jones and Thrasher, though. I just don't see it happening. It's going to be between Thrasher and Matrix at this point. Maybe Raptor if he gets a chance. But I'm going to check time penalties if there's any time penalties. 15 viewers. Most of GSR stream has ever had so far. No warnings except for Raptor. Just checking the penalties because there easily could be some with guys who exceed on these check limits. 5 seconds separates the race lead. Baller gets passed by Zig. JB Smooth is pitting. He has yet to pit. Now he does. So this moves a few people up a few positions, and the people who pitted under that safety car really benefited from it. You know, I knew from last time that that was the right strategy to do after what happened in Iceland Racing League to myself, where I decided not to pit, and I was a dumbass by that. So that's something you don't do. You don't pit, especially 25%. You pit when there's Davis around the outside of CJ goes by. Yeah, you don't pit when you have the opportunity to. Matrix pitted lap 2 at Burton. He made it the rest of the race, and he won the race. So Thrasher and Matrix doing the same thing again. They pitted earlier. Top 4 did. That's the problem with other people who are going onto these softs or onto the mediums for F1 Boy and Jones later. I mean, what can I tell you? You can't change anything about it. But it's still very close between the gap between race lead and 4. That gap is staying very consistent between Matrix and Thrasher. But I don't mention much about this. I don't like to. It's not the right thing to do. But what an emotional win this would be for Thrasher. Exactly a week ago, lost a family member. You know, that's this thing. You know, you go out. I don't count last race in Italy because I was technically 12 hours after that. I don't really count that as a exact race after that because the thing is, Thrasher wasn't even expected originally to race. I don't think. He wasn't expected to do that. His last F1 win was back at Austria in ARL. His last F1 was then. The thing is, Thrasher. It's an ARL weekend for Austria, so that's what's funny. Yeah, Thrasher. That's the thing for him. He needs to have the perfect race, the perfect thing he can do for us. You know, he needs to keep it out of the wall, winning. He needs to do everything right. He's managing the race like he did in Austria or Russia. He spun under the race lead there, but redemption time. Yet to take a GSR. This season, before the season, he was yet to take a GSR podium. If you remember back in China, season 1, he was given a race ban for an intentional crash with someone as a lap car. Back in F1 2018. The first ever GSR season. Jones battling CJ Pants around the outside. Oh, turned! M&K! Resetting to the track as well. CJ battling Jones. Yeah, the thing is with Thrasher, he had yet to have a single GSR podium before the season. Single podium! He never had a podium. Tier 2 was possible. Way gone to France. A great drive from him there. Great track for him. Russia, he took his... I think that was his first GSR podium. I mean, you gotta think about all you can about this stuff. Let me check actually. And it was Thrasher's first podium back at Russia earlier this season. Yellow flag, got 6 starburst out of the race. Oh man. And there goes Baller. Oh, Florian Foley spun it again. And Baller, yeah, almost clipped in the grass as well. Florian Foley might have got some contact from JB Smooth. 5.2 is that race lead, but now 4 laps to go. Yeah, Atlantis, I agree with you, Thrasher, go. Yeah, Thrasher, though, out of championship contention, but how much it would mean for him to win this race. You know, how much would it mean for him? A lot. I don't consider that last race, Italy, a week ago, when Foley's out. I don't consider that the race after he had what happened to him. I don't consider that because that's 12 hours after. That stuff happens. You're not expected to race. You're not expected to go even on Xbox in general. You're not even expected to do that. But the thing is, I think the first proper race in GSR for him after that whole incident, after that whole, who knows? He just needs to keep it under the wall. He's got 3 laps to go, and if Thrasher could hang on, this would be an emotional GSR win for him. Matrix drives off the track, almost spins it for P2. Oh man, that could have been easily positive for P2 for him, but it is close between F1 boy M&K and Karate. Tommy, for all P7. Close between Davis, close between Raptor, close between Jones. 6 seconds separates the race lead. Jones taking the fastest lap. Evil Matrix, the thing is, finished second. 6 starbursts is left. And Tommy goes for a spin out of turn 1 of M&K. Oh man. Davis getting on Raptor, not enough for move to be made. Not enough. He's contending for podium though. Side by side. Oh, clips the back of Raptor. Goes wide. The thing is with Matrix, if he were to still finish second with no fastest lap, that gap is 44 points right now. That's 18 points. That's 26 points. He can take fastest lap and win the next race by tying the championship. He can do that. But the problem is, Norseman, no matter what, has had way more podiums than Matrix this season. That's the problem in the championship. This could be a tied championship, but it could go to Norseman based off of what's happened here. Because he's got podiums this season. But his amount of podiums, the race wins he's had, ties it. Davis to the outside now, Raptor. goes by. Hydro crashed out of the race. I don't remember how it was done. 8 seconds separate the race lead. Thrasher took a win at 4 wide at France. Gaining a Matrix is Raptor, taking DRS. And now Jones also gaining on them as well. Raptor within the DRS. So yeah, if Matrix takes second, he's gonna get to the championship, but the next race he ties it. That's all it will do. But it won't win him the championship. He needs to take the fastest lap, and he needs to have the last lap of his life. And I'm serious by that. Yellow flags. I don't see any. Still close here. Floyd's left a session. Oh! Davis gets hit by Jones and spun around. Oh man, Davis was on contention for podium. But now, an emotional roller coaster. A win in 4 wide at France. A win in Austria after a post-race penalty in a most competitive race I think Thrasher's done. But tier 3. He's one of 3 tiers of every league if he can do this. If he can complete this final, he's won in every tier of every league. I think we need to start this post-race interviews early. I'm sorry. I cannot. I think we do. So if Matrix wins or wins second, he's not gonna get the championship. That's the thing. He can tie it, but he's not gonna get the championship. Nossman has had way more podiums than him, and it does look like it'll be Nossman for the championship with the way it goes right now. I think it's right. I have invited Thrasher. Lap 18 out of 18. Coming up to a lap car. JB Smooth. Thrasher, an emotional roller coaster week last week. Lost one of his family members. Come into the final turn. The final time. An emotional win for Thrasher. His first GSR win. Thrasher is victorious in Brazil for the first time in GSR. 9 different winners in 10 races. Something any other league, I bet, can't say that for a tier 3. And Matrix comes to the line in second, meaning Nossman is your season 3, tier 3 champion for GSR. And just short of the podium was Davis, but Thrasher could have the chance as second in the championship. Wow. What an emotional one for Thrasher. What else can I say? Thrasher's joined us. Matrix has joined us. Thrasher, your first GSR win. How about that?
Oh, it feels good. It does. It feels real good, especially after the week I've had. It feels real good. Get a win.
Talk to me about it. Last week, you got out of championship contention. You got out of championship contention. You probably could go fight better for second and fight for at least a decent place in the championship. You know, with second. But again, you were in position. You made the right strategy call compared to others who were dominating the race, who didn't make the right strategy call. You made it right, and you won this race by 9 seconds after last week. I don't think anyone expected you to race last week. I don't think anyone expected you to turn off after last week, after what happened with you. Explain to me how it has all gone the past week.
It's been a mess. It's been an emotional roller coaster for sure. You know, I knew coming into this race that I had to win it. I knew I had wanted to win it. After last week at Italy, I wasn't even expecting myself to race Italy, but I figured, you know what, maybe let's go win a race for him. But we got taken out. But when we came here and I said, no, I gotta get a win. It'd be a good one for me today. And I played the strategy, pitted for the first safety car, and then the second safety car stayed out. And I was hoping that I could pass Raptor and Matrix and um, hopefully pull away, and that's what I did.
I've got to ask you, you've won in Tier 2 of ARL, you've won in Tier 1, well, the only tier of 4 wide, and you won as well, and now a Tier 3 league. You've won in 3 tiers. How about a Tier 4? You think we get a win in Tier 4 now?
Maybe I'll start a league and just name it Tier 4. But I don't know. It's pretty shocking, to win a race in every tier. Um, oh, but this one was probably the greatest one of my league racing career.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely, like I said, an emotional win for you. Definitely something I didn't expect. I was thinking, you know what? You never had a single GSR podium before the season. Russia was your first podium, but could have been your first win. You've got a few podiums this season. I think you've only got 2 or 3, but you now are a race winner in GSR. The fact, I talked to all you guys about this. You all have won GSR races here on the podium, but the thing is, the fact we've had 9 different winners in the 10 races we've had in GSR in a Tier 3, knowing we have had, going into this season, we would have approximately 80-something% of races where we had a different winner. Thrasher, I've got to ask you. You have GSR in your gamer tag. You have GSR Esports. How do you feel to represent the league like that with another first-time winner and another different winner of the season to make it what could be even 9 of 10, 10 of 11, 9 of 11? We don't know what it could be like. We'll have to see 2 weeks in Bahrain. But how about that?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I started here season 1. Was still trying to get used to league racing. Had that incident with William also season 1 at China, and raced again for the rest of the season. But it was only like 1 or 2 races. So, and then came back. Tried everything I could. Came into Tier 3 this season. Hoping. I can at least get a podium, try for a race win. I it hurt when I lost that race at Rush. But I know that I could only just get stronger during the season, and it's what I've tried to do.
Just to make sure, your audio's been included this whole time, right? Just making sure.
Yeah, it says I included my audio.
Okay. Just making sure. But yeah, congratulations on the win. I think that's probably gonna be a win you'll never forget for sure. By the way, congratulations to Nossman and McLaren as well for being champions of the first Tier 3 season of GSR. Matrix, I gotta go to you. If we wanna get Nossman later on tonight, we will. I'll talk to him. I'll get him in a party. I'll let him know. I have him on Instagram, so I can talk to him about it, telling him he's GSR champion. So yeah, he probably won't read Discord for a while because he's at work, of course, but still.
Yeah.
McLaren champions. Matrix, you drove for that team this season. You came up just short second. You needed just the fastest lap to stay in contention. The only thing you could do at this point is tie the championship.
Yep.
That's the only thing you could do. And with the way this looks, if you even tie it, you won't get it, but you'll get second. And if you tie this championship with another race win next week and the fastest lap, that's what you'd have to do. You tie the championship, but off of it'd be based off of wins than podiums, I'm pretty sure. If it goes to wins, you guys would be tied. If it goes to podiums, it'd be Nossman getting it. So, a great season by you. Make sure your audio is included. A great season by you. Great to see the performances from you guys. All race winners on this podium. I think that's the first time that's happened in Tier 3 yet. Just to bring up a fun fact, but in general, a great race from you guys. And you were battling Thrasher, you were battling Raptor all the race. You had some great battles back and forth between you guys, but I know it's not what you wanted. I know you wanted to stay in championship contention. You'd have to do a lot to do it. But how happy are you with this result today that you get McLaren the Constructors' Championship with this?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Thrasher because it was an amazing drive. No, I couldn't catch up with him. But I'm really happy to, to drive for this team this season and have such a good teammate in Norseman. It's been a great teammate to have. And although I may just be in title contention, I'm gonna give it my all next week. So even if I can't get first, I can get second, which I'll be happy for in my first season.
With the tie, that's the best it'd be. Yep.
So that's all I can hope for. Just go in, practice a lot, get the win in the fastest lap, and get second place.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you could hope for, but how close that would be, and how amazing that would be to tie the championship with second, with at least going off of podiums, it'd be awesome. But the thing is, I've got to say, it ain't over yet, but we still have Bahrain 2 weeks, but a great GSR season from you so far. A win at Britain we didn't expect, battling with Raptor. Something you have done, tuning into the stream every race, listening to strategy, listening to what to do. Listening to what to do. It kind of maybe paid off for you this time, but you didn't get the race win. You pitted with that early safety car. That helped out.
Yep.
How have you looked at McLaren in your season in GSR in general?
Well, yeah, for my first season, I think it's went pretty well, in a whole. I had some bit shocking races, but I think I've covered for them, especially in Britain and yet today. And to be able to race with Nosman, who was, a great guy and a great teammate, it was an absolute honour.
Yeah, it has been amazing. And Nosman is the Thresher. You raced in the first GSR race, just to mention. Nosman, and so did Bones, he's in this race as well. Nosman is the first GSR driver who raced the first race to take the championship. Axe won the championship in Season 1, William won it in Season 2, Bama did in Season 2 and Tier 2, and we still have champions to crown as well for Tier 1 and Tier 2, but Nosman's the first one to do that, so I think that's definitely a crazy stat to think of. 3 seasons in out of course, crazy to think of, but again, wow, what a battle that was for P2. What else was I gonna say? I forgot now. Awesome. Oh yeah, now I remember. For the winners we've had this season, we've had 9 different winners in the 10 races in GSR so far. How do you look at that compared to other leagues? Because it's a Tier 3 league. You wouldn't expect that. 9 different winners in the 10 races that's been done. Matrix, how do you look at that? And you being one of them.
I mean, I'm glad that I came to this league, because a lot of the other leagues I've been in have been like shite, essentially. They're unprofessional, but to be in such a competitive league, even though it's only Tier 3, has been a really fun season. Just to race against everyone and contend for the win.
Yeah, you've had many chances to contend for the win this season. Sometimes it's not been in your favor all the time, but you definitely can say that you've given it your hardest and you've done all you could this season for sure. So, congratulations on second in the championship, or not the championship, second in the race, but what could still be second in the championship. Sorry. Anyways, Raptor, now on to you.
Yeah.
Raptor, you there? Okay, so 3 different countries on the podium. Pretty interesting, but 3 different winners from the season also on the podium as well. So you battled Matrix a little bit during the race. You battled the Ferraris. You've gone back and forth. How'd you describe that race compared to the other races you've had? And obviously your title hopes are now over.
Well, yeah. Start of the race.
Make sure your audio is included.
Yeah, it is. At the start of the race, I got a jump on 2 cars, and then a Ferrari just cuts across me and gives me damage. But then I done the undercut on people. Like, I thought all the leaders were pit, so I wouldn't get up like the positions. But the leaders ended up in pit, and I came out in that P3. And then the Ferrari gave me wing damage again, but it was my fault. So I didn't pit because I knew I wouldn't have a chance at the title. So I stayed out, and
that's why I was falling back from Thrasher and Matrix when he got past me, because I had damage, and yeah.
Now, you took a win earlier this season in Belgium. I know it's not the end of the season, but I'm still going to act like it is because the championship is decided, of course. But I know there's still a race left in Bahrain in 2 weeks, but you took a win in Belgium this season after appealing penalties that you got in the first lap. You appealed penalties. You know, that's the way it was.
Yeah.
You took the win, and you took your only win so far. You could have took a win in Britain. You've had a few races where you've been on the podium, as well as Canada, battle to the line between you and I believe it was rather Gio Celso or Florian Foley, one of the two. But yeah, but regardless, you've had times this season where you've been on the podium and where you've contended for that podium spot. You get a third today. You don't stay in championship contention, but by your season of where your standards are, how do you think of your season?
Well, like, it's my first season I've had any chance at a title, any league, and it's made me feel much more confident racing in leagues now, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I raced with you when you were at the start. I've gone back and forth many times with you. I mean, your pace has improved a lot since then, but I've got to ask, Tier 3 championship, with the way this goes, your second or your third place finish is going to have you be third in the championship, tied with Thrasher if I'm correct. But the thing is, you still battle Matrix for P2 in the end into Bahrain. You're tied with third, you're technically fourth as well. Close to second. Where do you see yourself ending at Bahrain? Because Bahrain is in 2 weeks, and that's where we end the season.
Well, I'm hoping to stay in the top 3, but like I know Thrasher is very, very fast. Like he could easily get past me. Depends how everybody's race goes. For like one of us could spin easily, so we could be taken out. We don't know. It just depends on how clean people are, you know.
Yeah, don't know what could happen. Then what do you expect into Bahrain then, for yourself?
Well, Bahrain is one of my stronger tracks, but like I find the softs good in Bahrain, but the mediums I don't like. Like I find them tricky to get any heat into them. I don't know why. So if I get a top 5, that's what I'm hoping for.
Alright, well there is our race winners from the season, and this is the guys who finished on the podium today. I think with the way that gone, great race for sure throughout the midfield and definitely throughout the front of the field. What was battle for the race win? What was battle for second at that point? What was the battle for third? And it all changed in moments that happened. So race season's not over yet. You still got a race in Bahrain along with Tier 2, which has a race in Bahrain. But hey, championship could be decided, guys, today in Tier 1. We have 2 races left in Tier 1 this season, and it is, besides today, there's USA and Bahrain. We could see the championship clinched today. The gap between 1 and 2 is 43 points, I think. 43, 44 points, something like that. So, this means Bama Outlaw needs to outscore Axe by 10 points. He needs to outscore him by 10 points. Or he can win without the fastest lap and Axe finishes third or lower. That's the way this championship goes. Do you guys think the championship gets decided today in Tier 1?
I think
No.
I think Axe will be able to get a good result and close the gap down on Bama, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll have to find out. I mean, Axe and Bama very close on pace, I'd say, for sure, with the way they fight. We could also see sometime soon in the next week or two, Mercedes, Haas, Ferrari, Alfa, who also have a chance at that championship in the constructors. They could get the championship. Tier 2, Racing Point, is 30 points ahead of Red Bull. They could clinch the championship next race, or next 2 weeks, sorry, and Bahrain. But we still have a decent amount to go, guys, for this Tier 1 season before F1 2020 and the social races in the off-season. We have Brazil coming up in just about 20 to 25, maybe 30 minutes time for Tier 1. And that could decide the Tier 1 championship. That also could decide who has the chance to contend at USA and who has the chance at the race win. And we'll have to find out in the finale as well at Bahrain if it continues or what happens. We've also had a lot of different winners in Tier 1 as well. We've had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different winners in 13 races in Tier 1. So, obviously a great stat to think of, but we've also had 7, 8 different winners in the last 8 races. So, a lot has went on, a lot has changed. We'll have to find out what goes on into Tier 1 later on today. Make sure you guys join us for Bahrain in 2 weeks for Tier 3 and Tier 2. And make sure you guys join us as well in a little while for Brazil. Thank you guys for the podium finishers and we'll have to find out how you guys do in the next one. So good job to you guys, congratulations, and we will see you guys later for Tier 1.